Hi people, this is Ace. Welcome to my third event, which as you can see is a pre-recorded one, as I was having a couple of issues on my end. So this is gonna be a regular thing, as we will be back with live events from June on.
Hello everyone, this is Yash, Ace's friend, and I will be a speaker in today's event. Today, we are going ahead with the sequel of GFX Showdown, and we are proud to present Exotic and Blade to showcase their tutorials. I hope you guys enjoy and learn something extra through this. We are gonna start with Exotic Dev 66 tutorial on a GFX render, followed by Not Blade with an amazing logo tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy.
Alright guys, how's it going? Um, I'm I'm Rishi, aka Exotic Dev 66. I'm a Roblox GFX artist with more than a year of experience in making GFX, and this is my first time being a speaker on an event. And by the way, I'm from India. Okay, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this GFX. I mean the background. So a lot of people ask me how I made this pixel like screen, so I'll teach you how to do that, and I'll also tell you the best render settings for Cycles Engine and Blender. With that being said, let's open your Blender. Okay, so here we are, and I got a character already posed, so I'll just do the background. So before we move on, go to Edit, Preferences, and in the Add-ons tab, search for Image. We are going to need this add-on to import the background, the image. So check mark this box and then you can just close it, and here press Shift A, image, images as print. So you can choose any image you want. I'll choose graffiti because it's bright and colorful. And once selected, go to emit here on the right hand side and uncheck use alpha, and then click on import images as planes. It's imported. I'm going to be scaling this by pressing S. Okay, that looks good. So let's do the pixel like texture on this image. Let's add that. I'm going to be splitting my screen into half and click on this icon here and choose shader editor. Okay, I'm going to be using nodes for the texture, for adding the texture. So let's add them. Press Shift A, search for mono texture, place it here, and connect distance to alpha, and add a math node and place this in here in between these two nodes, Bonnet texture and principal BSDF. Once done, change this to less than. You can see circles everywhere, but we don't need them to be randomly everything random. So let's make them align. In the Bonnet texture, make the randomness to 0. Math nodes threshold to 0.6. You can just scale, just check which one suits for your image. And the one eye texture, I'm going to be scaling this. Okay, looks good. And if you observe closely, you're going to see that these do not look like circles but ovals. So let's fix that. Let's add a texture coordinate, place it somewhere here, and add a mapping node also. Connect generator of texture coordinate to mapping nodes vector and mapping nodes vector to coordinate textures vector, and just scale this on the x-axis in the mapping node. Looks good now. And now I'm going to be making this more detailed by adding panel like texture on it. I'm going to be adding a brick texture and another math node, and place this math node over here between these two nodes and change the value to multiply. Connect brick textures color to the new math node's value, and then you're going to see something like this. It looks like brick, but let's make them more aligned. In the brick texture, change the offset to 0, color 1 to white and color 2 as well. Change the row height to 0.5, and you can scale this if you want. I'm going to make this 9. Good. And also I'm going to be connecting mapping nodes vector to brick textures vector, so it's going to be more aligned now. Okay, it's done. The background is done. And one more thing, change the emission strength to 3, so it's gonna give out light from the background. Looks good now. Okay, so let's see how this looks like in rendered view. Okay, so as you can see, it kind of looks like transparent in these gaps, so let's fix that. And before we move on, I'm gonna change this emissions strength of the image to like 6 maybe. Okay, good. And I'm going to add a plane, rotate it to 90 degrees in the x-axis, and scale this up. Go to material properties and click new and change the base color to black. And as you can see, it's a lot better. It's better than before. So let's add some lighting. Let me close this shader editor. Okay, so I'm gonna add a mesh, rotate 90 degrees, 30. And the same in the opposite side. Let me duplicate this. Minus 30. 1 sec. Okay, so let's make this emission surface. Go to material properties, select the plane, go to material properties, click new, and in the surface change it to emission, and I'm gonna change this color to kind of red, brightness to 9 maybe, and the same with the other plane. And this one to like light purple, and change the strength to 2 maybe, 4. Okay, looks good. So that's it for the lighting, the posing, and everything, the background and stuff. Let's make the let me tell you about the render settings now. Alright, so let's talk about the render settings for Cycles engine. Um, Click on render properties over here and scroll down, and in the light max bounces, change this diffuse, glossy, transparency, all these to 1. You can change this transparency to 3 maybe sometimes, but I recommend not doing that because these things slow down your scene a lot. And next thing, caustics. So uncheck this reflective and refractive because Blender is terrible at caustics, so you might wanna uncheck these two. And down here, performance. Before I talk about performance, go to edit, preferences, and in the system, if you're using a graphics card, change this to CUDA. Select CUDA. If you have a graphics card with optics graphic card, then choose optics. Um, it's very amazing. Well, there are some drawbacks like denoising and stuff, so you need to change back to CUDA all the time. And check mark these both, GPU and CPU. Once done, close this window. And the next thing, talking about the performance, in the tiles here, change the tiles X and Y to 512 and 512 if you are using a graphics card. If you have only CPU, then better change this to 16 and by 216. So basically, if you have CPU, then lower the number, and if you have a GPU, then increase the number. Okay, so let's scroll up. Over here in the sampling, click on denoising and checkmark render and viewport. And what this does is it denoises all that render after it completes rendering. So what this will do is basically it will give out clear image, clear render I mean. And if you're using a graphics card, then change this to optics. And if you don't have a GPU, graphics card, change this to open image denoise. So by the way, and if you have a GPU, then change the device. Okay, so if you have CPU, then change this to CPU. So that's it for the render settings, and I hope you have learned something new. So peace out.
Yo, what's up? It's me, Blade, and today I'm gonna show you how to make a logo and a vector. So for the text, it would be, I'm gonna do like a sword vector, so I'm gonna type in weapons, and I'll make the size like 200. I'm sorry if there's any background noise, because, yeah, it's my house, it's like that. You make the text, you make it bigger. You just click and hold Alt, and then you size it up a bit. and then you do this. You select the text, and then you the font I'm using for today is made Tommy. The sample one, the normal one, not the bold one, just the normal one, and then extra bold, extra bold. Yeah, so that will be the font I use for fonts. You can just go to dafont.com, dafont.com. That's the website I use for getting fonts. Yeah, you right click the thing, and then you would go to this place. It'll be called layer style. For some reason it doesn't show up when I code it, but yeah. And then you go to gradient overlay, and yeah, then you choose okay. You just choose any colors you want for the overlay. I'll just choose this color. Right. Because it's a weapon, I'll add like dance, I guess. Go in there, like dance. You use the polygon lasso tool. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. And then you just select multiple parts. For selecting multiple, you have to just click shift and then click. And then we do a lot of them. Yeah. I'm sorry if there's any background noise. It's just my house. Yeah. And just go to a darker color. You first use a color pick tool, or you can just go to the brush and then Alt and click it. And yeah. By the way, you have to do this. Press to add a new layer. Click to add a new layer, and then hold on Alt and click in the middle and to clip in. And then now you choose a dark color, and then you choose and then you Alt backspace, and that will fill in. So now it looks like this. I'll just let me change the color. Let me make it like a bit darker, you know. Yeah, I'm just gonna choose this color, and then I'll go to this, and then I right click, blending options, and inner shadow. You choose something like that, and distance less. My bad if you can't see the thing. Just go to right click this, go to blending options and inner shadow. Click on inner shadow, and the blend mode should be overlay, and choose the color as white or black. I'll choose black for this one. And then change the angle to like 27, and change the opacity less, and make the distance a bit more. Wait, let me just make it white. I think you can see it. Yeah, you can change the overlay to normal if you want. So I'm gonna do it for now because I can't see it for some reason. I'll choose a black. I'll make it black. Yeah, and okay, and you can see it's like kind of 3D now. And then you can do this, Control and click the thing, and then Control Alt and click this, so it will like cut out that part. So you go here now, and you can just, oh my god, just choose a brush, make it black. You're trying to make it 3D, okay? So because it looks like it's a dent instead. Right now it's not gonna look the best, but just hold it down for now. Just outline it like this. Yeah, and then you go like that. I'm really sorry if you can't see the blending option stuff, because when I'm recording it, for some reason it's not coming up. So that's why I'm saying it instead. I hope it's good. You do this. Yeah, and then now you choose overlay, make it less, make it less. Yeah, now it looks good, right? They got it up here. I usually choose the normal brush and put on white, and I brush it like this and just all the way. And then you can use black then and just make it like a cool little gradient. Yeah, I don't think I'll be showing 3D text for now because I don't have that much time. It's already 6 minutes in. You group the layer, you click the top layer and you click the bottom text and then Control G, and then you right click the group and then blending options, and if you want you can click bevel emboss, and this just like this is optional. I chose my style would be inner bevel, technique would be smooth, depth would be 1000%, direction would be up, size make it 6, soft and 0, angle the top one would be 27, the bottom one would be 30, and the highlight mode would be overlay and it will be white and 100%, and the shadow mode would be overlay and black and 100%. And click OK. This is optional just for now. And yeah, you just you duplicate the stuff so that you don't lose the file, like in case something happens to this and you want to go back to this, you can do that. Yeah, the text is done, and now I'll do the sword. Yeah, just use the polygonal lasso tool, whatever, and you know how to shape a sword. Just shape a sword like this, and this is just the blade part. Just go up, go to blue, and then like yeah. And now you go to this add new layer, clip the layer, again Alt and press in the middle for unclipping and clipping, and then you go to the polygon lasso tool again, and then you click this, click the over the corner and make it like the half part. I'm gonna add a bit more here because I think I missed a bit, and I do this, I click and make it black, overlay, yeah. And I make it more, so to make it like, yeah. For duplicate, you can just click Alt on the layer and move it up a bit so it'll duplicate. And now you click here, click Shift on the layer and Control E to merge, and then you go to this, and then clip again, and then choose the layer, the sword layer, and then choose the magic wand. Click on the 3D, click on the dart part, and then go here, go to brushes and make it small. To make it small, just click Alt and right click and drag it. Alt, right click. If you just right click and move your mouse to the left, and then it'll be smaller. Right, it'll be bigger. Make it on black, and you go like this. Go like this. Yeah, and I'm sorry the cut clipped. And then yeah, you brief the brush and you click on the layer, magic wand, and then click on the layer here, and then use the brush and just brush it like I did right here, and you change it and then click overlay, and then yeah, now it looks 3D. Now you can use the other side and go back here, choose the white color, and then you go like this. Yeah, now it looks super clean, you know. I messed up here, so I'll just fix that. I'll click here and here, and I'll just delete that part. I'm sorry for the background noise again. There's a lot of background noise. My family is just messed up. Yeah. Go to the brush. Click on the brush over here. You'll then make the hardness 100%, and yeah, and choose the opacity 60, and choose black, and you go like this. You go like this. You go like this. I'm usually use the square brush, but you guys won't have it, so I'll just use this for now. The square brush I got from somewhere, I forgot where, but got from a guy named Caps. I forgot where I got it from, like where he linked me something and I got from there. Yeah, and then you brush it up like over here. And you choose it up here. You make it like, you know, a gradient, but then it's not a gradient. So then you choose a smudge tool, click over here, and then smudge tool, and then you just like smudge it up like this, like this, like this. It's just to make it more 3D. You can do like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Just, you know, make it below the normal layer and overlay. Yeah, it's not much of a difference. It just makes it, you know, better looking. And if you want, you can right click, blending options, and bevel again with the the same stuff as last time, and you click shift Control G, merge the group. Then you can do like stuff like this, shift and then stuff like this, stuff like this, stuff like this. You go here, you choose color, you can up like this. Yeah, you choose a new layer and then like that. Yeah, and I make it like I make it look like it. You know, it went like that. It went like from big to small. You know what I mean. And then you go underneath the thing, and you go here, and then you choose this, this, and this, and then you choose a darker color, and then boom. I usually make it more detailed, but just for this tutorial class, and choose the same brush, the same hardness brush, and then you choose like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, and then choose a white color, and then you do this, 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 this. Don't mind the part being over there, it's okay. Yeah, smudge tool again. Smudge tool is the best tool in Photoshop. My favorite tool, I think. Yeah, you just smudge it up, make it look 3D. You can make it small and like do something like this. Yeah, just make it 3D, 3D, 3D. Smudge everything together like this, so it looks real, you know. You can do the same thing over here too. And then overlay, and make the overlay less. Now it looks pretty good, right? And then you go underneath, and then you go to the bottom layer, the bottom black dark brown layer over here, and then you choose the same brush. You choose over here. You just make it look like its shadows coming from the thing. You overlay, and then you make it less. If you want, you can make it like this too, like right over here, you know. Yeah, now it looks pretty good. Then you can add something like a circle, but that's not really important. You can just group all of them and put them on here or something. Like make it bigger, and then choose like this something, and then yeah, something like this. And then it's pretty good. And then you duplicate it, and then Control T, right click and flip horizontal, and we move it like that. Yeah, now it's like, you know, it looks like weapons, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. and then control G that, and then you choose the text blending options and click stroke. Make the stroke like 24, and then change the color to black. And then click OK, and I'll make it a bit less, the stroke, and then OK, and then you choose the thing, and then blending options, and stroke, wait, stroke, yeah, it already looks pretty good, and then you just group this, and then you go under the layer, brush layer, and you basically like you just fill in the blank, you know, like in school. Yeah, just go like this, just go like this, like this, like this. Yeah, you just go like that. And then you make it black, and then alt backspace, and then it will do this. I think I'll just fix it up a bit by clicking over here, and I'll click over here. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll do that. Yeah, backspace. Yeah, and now you have a logo. I mean, it's not the best logo, but this, I think it's a good tutorial for beginners. You can understand Photoshop a lot. So yeah, thank you guys for having me on the on the event, and I hope to be on the event soon again. See ya.
Thank you so much for attending this event. It means a lot to me. And I would like to request you all to check your mails for a feedback form by Roblox, which would really help me and my team over my future events. It won't be taking longer than a minute to do so. Once again, thank you, and be sure to join my events page to be notified of my future events. See ya.
Adios.